have the technique to listen to what the customers want. All right. Number one is you need to train yourself the attentiveness skills, like you did today. You attended the workshop. You can see me, I think I'm down somewhere there. I was also attending a workshop. That's how I also get motivated. You listen to other speakers. It's very important. So you attend workshops and attend trainings that can benefit you, not just any other training.
This video will explore the key skills of effective questioning and listening. Why are these skills important? Questioning and listening dramatically demonstrate courtesy and respect for customers, and questioning and listening helps you find out what customers need. You'll find that by using just a few techniques, you can give even better, more professional service to your customers.
So I finally went to my teacher and said, Mr. Martin, I've got a problem. Have you ever tried to get his attention long enough just to get a question answered?
Oh, brother, forget it.
Excuse me.
So he picks up his books, walks out of the room, and says, see me during my office hours.
I really don't want to interrupt, but I've got some questions I want to ask. You see, I'm just visiting and...
And you can go over to the admissions, and they'll help you there.
But I wanted to ask about finding a job.
Well, then you should go to the financial aid office.
You see, I really wanted to talk to some students about...
I can't really help you find a job.
But that's not what I want to...
And I was having a problem.
Of course, this is an extreme example of poor listening. Still, it's easy to see how frustrated this visitor must be. Like any customer or user of the products and services we provide.
Especially the front desk. When a customer comes, they want you to listen to them. And I think there are times when you approach a reception of an office, just the welcome will tell you a story. And the people at the front desk are the face of the business. You can either reject $1 million deal or accept $1 million deal. Don't judge a person by the way they look. Sometimes these rich people, they don't dress properly. They're just simple. Somebody can wear a suit like me and be in debt. But somebody can come simple, but bring business that can change your life. So you see there, they have nothing to do, those ladies. They're just busy talking about their boyfriends, and they can't even listen to somebody who wants. And in that case, he wanted the job. In fact, I think the receptionists and secretaries are the best job rejectors even before management sees your CV. They actually fire you before they do that. So number one is develop your people skills. Know how to deal with people, how to relate to people. It's very important. People like warmth. People like a smile. People want to be listened to. Imagine if you have a problem, you're trying to share to your neighbor, and the neighbor is also sharing a problem. You think there can be communication there. But if you have a friend, you are passing through some, I'm sure you all have somebody you rely on. When you are really passing through that hot moment, you go there and they listen to you and they help you by their counsel, isn't it? That's right. So people skills. Then mind relationships. It's very important to be in a good team. I like referring to the Bible because the Bible says if you move with the wise, you also be wise. Manners and behaviors are also contagious. If you have friends who swear, in no time you'll find that you also swear, isn't it? Yeah. If you have friends who are always going to another level in their work, you find that you also try to work harder so that you can also be like them, isn't it? They are succeeding, and mind the relationships. If people just talk about negative things, avoid those people, they'll wear you out. Then keep it simple. When you are, for instance, explaining to a customer, keep it simple. Don't use bombastic words. Like, I'm standing perpendicular to the ground. The customer won't understand. Just keep it simple. Say, listen, we don't have rooms now, but if you can come maybe after 12, somebody's checking out. Speaking, how can I help you? That customer will feel good. It's professional. You know, sometimes people phone again just to hear the Elizabeth on the other side of the line, and in no time they'll come and have coffee. That's business, isn't it? So the way you respond, especially with telephone calls, determines a lot in terms of bringing customers. Then be consistent with what you do. Make sure you do the perfect or the best that you can do. And differentiate customers because they have different needs. There are those who want to be addressed so. There are those who want special treatment. You should know your customers. They want special treatment. There are those when they come, they want to be noticed that they have come at the hotel with their friends. And if you give them that attention, they even bring more business. So just know how to differentiate. Then take care of valuable customers. Those that bring 20, 40 people, you give them specials. Like we were given a very special treat today. With nice breakfast. I'm telling you, make sure we bring people for breakfast. That's how you do business. That's customer service. Number 7, exceed customers' expectations, give them food. Also go an extra mile. You find that a person is touched when you go an extra mile. And when you touch somebody personally, they get attached to you. And then in the end, they'll get attached to the business. Listen carefully and write notes, especially the names, especially in the hotel industry. You know, there's something that attaches a customer to a business when you call them by name. Yes. When you say, Mr. Jones, thank you for calling. So when you receive a phone call, always write down the name if you don't have a sharp name.
The project, by the way, the customer is extremely happy.
Your business is very important to us. You know, I really like working with you. You're the only one here who knows the software.
Thank you for waiting. I'm sorry you were on hold so long.
You're welcome. No problem.
That clip is just to show you that whenever you do business, learn to say thank you. If a client is checking out from the hotel, you show your patronage. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed your stay and see you soon. You know, when a customer is leaving and hears those words, they will definitely know that this is the right place. I will welcome. But if somebody is checking in, just get the keys, you put in the thing, you don't even look at them or just say thank you. No, affirmation is very important. Even with your work colleagues, if you were off yesterday and a friend worked for you in your place and your job is moving, say thank you to that person. Just thank you. And that thank you will go a mile. You find that next time she'll even offer, sometimes just buy a chocolate. Thank you, my friend. You know, it helps. And you're building relationships. That's customer service. And customer service, when it's done effectively, number 1 is that money will come through. Time is saved on dealing with complaints. Because complaints waste our time. You know that. If there are 100 phone calls because one room was not clean, it will waste our time. Instead of saving now, the new customers will be busy attending to order and we've already spent the money we got from them. But if we do things efficiently, we save time. And if we provide a quality customer service, we'll have a reputation in the market. We'll start competing effectively at that level. Then value-added service is very important. To know, like for instance, if a customer comes and they have a lot of luggage, you can find out, do you need any help? Assign somebody, a porter, if you have one, to go and help them, bring the luggage. That way they'll feel a sense of belonging. They'll even say at that hotel, they came from the car, somebody helped me. If it's an old lady, order on, walk her in. That's value-added service. It also brings more customers to your business.
Value-added services are simple. Look for opportunities to go beyond expectations and then take action. Watch this waiter and notice how he is alert for opportunities to add value to his service.
Miss Matthews, how are you doing?
I'm just fine, thank you. How nice of you to remember me.
I could never forget one of our nicest and most loyal customers.
Every Tuesday, just like clockwork.
Have you decided what you'd like?
Yes, I'll have the chicken Florentine with the baked potato, and with my salad I'll have the house dressing.
Dressing on the side, right?
Yes, you do have a good memory.
Is there anything else I can get for you?
Not unless you have a spare tire handy. I was across the street shopping earlier, and when I came back to the car, the tire was flat. I'll have to call the auto club when I finish here.
Well, I'd hate for you to have to do that. If you'd like, I could call the auto club for you, and if they should happen to arrive while you're eating, we could send one of our guys over to the car to make sure they get the tire fixed.
Oh, thank you very much. I can't tell you how much I'd appreciate that.
Not at all.
So you that clip that this guy is putting an added service in that, he has touched the old lady. This old lady was shopping and the tire went out, but he does not want her to be disturbed with the buying of the food. I'll cook for you, but in the meantime, eat. You understand? So that's the added service. Most of the clients might have something similar in a different way, but the way you respond will make a client feel at home, stay, and bring more business. Imagine that old lady. She'll bring a crew of all the old ladies from the old people's home, isn't it? They say, he helped me fix my tire. You know how the old ladies are. Then the business will start making money in your sleep. So once you do quality sales, that's coming through your business. You make money, you earn, and you own the global business. So at the end of the day, know that Pretoria Hotel, you are the hotel. Wherever you go, in whatever place you go to, you are Pretoria Hotel. The number 9, effective phone techniques, very important, especially for those that deal with customers directly. The telephone manners. You're reaching the world. One phone call can bring $1 million to the hotel. Just one phone call. And if not answered properly, it can block that business. An international phone can come from maybe UK, Asia. So it's at Pretoria Hotel. The way you respond will make them bring their people. You understand? If you answer warmly, you will clinch the deal. If you are negative, hello, yes, no, they'll know that this place we can't stay there. So know that you are not just serving local people, you're also serving international people.